Regina went on vacation to New York City in the early 1920s and decided to remain. She applied for a job at New York Public Library, and because she was African American, she was sent to Harlem to work at the 135th Street Library branch, where she worked under the supervision of Ernestine Rose. The Harlem neighborhood was predominantly black, and Rose hired many African American women to work there. The African American civic leaders, including W.E.B. Du Bois, did not like that African Americans were restricted to working at just a few branches. Meanwhile, Regina shared an apartment at 580 St. Nicholas Avenue with two roommates, Ethel Ray and Luella Tucker. Ethel worked for Charles S. Johnson at Opportunity Magazine, and her job put her in contact with Harlem Renaissance artists who she invited to their apartment, including Zora Neale Hurston. The trio would host a salon with parties that have passed into legend. Roommate Ethel recalled,
I lived with a girl, Regina Anderson, who was a librarian at the 136th Street Library. So she came in contact with a lot of the young writers who would come in there, and she would arrange for space so they could write.
That used to be a hangout, really, for these young writers who were working at the time and not having books published or anything. And we knew County Cullen and Langston very well, and Claude McKay, and oh, so many.
Adding a touch of glamour, their neighbor was singer and actress Ethel Waters, who would be nominated for an Academy Award. Langston Hughes would stop by and read his poems.
Dream Variation. To fling my arms wide in some place of the sun, to whirl and to dance till the white day is done, then rest at cool evening beneath a tall tree while night comes on gently, dark like me. That is my dream.
And poet County Cullen, too.
Heritage. What is Africa to me? Copper sun or scarlet sea, jungle star or jungle track, strong bronze men or regal black women from whose loins I sprang when the birds of Eden sang. 3 centuries removed from the scenes his fathers loved, spicy groves, cinnamon trees, what is Africa to me?
Dr. Du Bois, by the way, used to take us to dinner. We were only paid once a month. Our salaries weren't large. And we paid $85 a month rent, and that was a great deal for 3 of us. So toward the end of the month, usually that last week, we would call him and ask him how he was, Dr. Du Bois, if he was in town. And he'd say, I presume you're hungry. And then he would take us out to dinner. He was very nice about that. I think he got quite a kick out of us.
Their apartment was memorialized in the notorious novel by Carl Van Vechten. Some believe that librarian Mary Love in the novel was modeled after Regina.
Yes, I remember so well. We'd very often be getting a meal for Langston, and he would be over in another corner working on a poem. So when his first book was published, we had this lovely party on the roof of 580 St. Nicholas.
I have some group pictures of some people. We went up on the roof after this dinner we had. I guess we went to the small cabaret after. Then afterward, they wound up at our house, and we went up on the roof and took pictures. And I have one picture which is sort of famous now. It was Langston Hughes, Charles Johnson, Franklin Frazier, Rudolph Fisher, but it's quite a good picture.
It was through this network of Regina's friends that romance would come into her life.